Good morning my dear students, welcome back to our motion class. So dear students, in today's class we will going to talk about some another aspects related to the motion. In previous classes already we have done the velocity time graph and I have introduced velocity time graph, how it is introduced in the uniform motion, how it is in the introduced in the straight line motion. So we have done this. Okay, so in today's class we will going to derive some equation related to the velocity and time, as well as this is important concept as exam point of view, and these equations are very important dear students. So while giving my notes, please take down all the notes whatever I am giving here, so it is very important. So let's start our class. Okay, so dear students, first we will going to talk about the equation of motion by graphical method. Graphical method means by using the graphs we will going to solve some equations related to the velocity and time, how we can find out. Okay, so here I am giving you one introduction. What is that introduction? Let's see. We already known about some equation of the motion when an object moves along a straight line with the uniform acceleration. Okay, we know about the v is equals to u plus at, and when the initial velocity is 0, then v is equals to at. Okay, so this is the one of the equation which we know. Okay, so it is related to the acceleration as well as the velocity and the time. So now in today's class we already know how to derive them, but this equation can also be derived by graphical methods. Okay, so by using the graphs how we can derive this equation, so this is the main concept. Okay, in last class we have done some, yes, v is equals to u plus at, and we have done that, but by using the graphs how we can resolve or solve this equation, let's see. Okay, so dear students, here we will going to talk about the different types of VT graph. VT means velocity time graph. Okay, now here what you can observe. So in the first, if the uniform speed, if we talk about the uniform speed, the graphical representation is represented by in the straight manner. Yes, this is in the straight manner. When you are plotting the graph between the distance and the time, it is in the straight line. So that is called as a uniform speed. Okay, so as you know that uniform is always in the straight line. So that's why this is the in the straight motion. Okay, now if the speed is non-uniform, okay, so it is a different interval of time, so that's why this distance in the curve position. Is it? This is in the curve position. It is not a straight. So it is a non-uniform speed. Okay. Now if the stationary means stationary at a rest position, what happens when the object is at a rest position, then what is the speed and what is the distance between the object to one position to the another position. So stationary means at a rest position, what happens? So the distance is similar because the object is in a rest position. Okay, so when the time increases, distance also is in the rest form itself. So once again I am repeating, in the uniform speed, when you are plotting the graph between the distance and the time, it is always increases in a straight line motion. As well as in the non-uniform speed, if the it is in a non-uniform motion because it is a not equal interval of time, so that's why it is in a curve form. Okay, and as well as when you are talking about the rest position, so it represent only in the straight line. Okay, so this is the different types of VT graph or velocity time graph. Now it is in the form of the acceleration. Last we have done with the speed and the time, or sorry, distance and the time. Now when we are comparing velocity versus time, okay, velocity versus time, so in the form of the acceleration. So what is acceleration? It is a rate per change per the velocity is called as the acceleration. Okay, so similarly, when the uniform acceleration is there in the form of velocity and time, it is always in the straight line motion. Okay, when the acceleration is non-uniform, then it is in the curve form. When the velocity is at rest, then it is in the same at equal interval of marks question that show the uniform acceleration in the form of the velocity and time in the form of the graph. Okay, or non-uniform acceleration can be asked, uniform motion or no acceleration or rest position of also can be asked. So these are the some types of the velocity time graph. So in first one I had explained about the distance versus time. Okay, so in the form of the speed, so what is speed? It is a distance divided by time. Okay, so here some are the types. Actually so many types are there, but as per your syllabus what is important, I am showing you this much only. So your dear students, take down, and it is important for 2 marks. Okay, now let's derive the equation through the graph. Okay, so now equation for velocity time relation. So dear students, what is the relation between the velocity time relation? It is a v is equals to u plus at. Is it? So this only we have to prove by the graph, because we are representing in the form of the graph. So that's why we have to prove this equation in the by using the graph. Okay, so this equation we have to prove now by using the graph. Okay, so be ready dear students, this equation is very important, and this derivation is also very important for solving the problems. So don't neglect the things, and whatever I am teaching to you, just go through that, and if you are finding any difficulty in to understand the concept, just contact me. I can once again I can explain you. Okay, so now we will going to start the derivation. Okay, so dear students, you can see here, this is the velocity time graph. Okay, velocity time graph. So you can observe here, A is the object. Yes, A is the object, and he is changing his position from A to B. Okay, he is changing his position from A to B. So you can see here, this is the straight line motion. So that's why it is called as the uniform motion. Okay, it is the uniform acceleration also, because we are representing velocity and time. Yes. So what is the acceleration? It is the rate per change per velocity is called as the acceleration. Okay, so you can see here, this is the uniform acceleration. Is it? So when the A started his journey from A position to the B position, then finally he reaches to E position. So dear students, now through the B you have to draw here imaginary line, that is the E. Okay, that is the E. Then later on this B joined to the last position of the C, means here the journey is completed. So how much time he has taken, we have to conclude here. So through the points or dotted lines, just join this. Okay, now what you have to do here, A position is there. Okay, A is the, you can consider as the initial velocity. So that's why it is represented as u. Yes, this is the u, it is the initial velocity. Now we got here one imaginary line, another imaginary line. Then what happens, you have to draw another imaginary line through the A to D. Okay, so now you can see here the clear picture of to derive the velocity time relation graph. Okay, now what we have, while solving the derivation, first check whatever possibilities we have, what we have to solve the equation. Okay. So dear students, you can see here some data, some given data we have. So here you can see OA is equals to CD. Okay. OA is equals to CD is represented as U. Finish? Yes. OA is equals to CD is equals to U. Then later on OE, the distance between the OE, okay, OE is equals to CB. Once again I am going to represent here. Okay. Finally we have done OA is equals to CD is equals to U. Now OE, the distance between the OE and CB. Okay. The distance between the OE and CB is represented as B. Now dear students, don't forget U is a initial velocity and V is the final velocity. Is it? So the distance between the OE means the observer from O to E, how much time he has taken. So we have to find out in the form of the velocity. So it is a final velocity. Okay, the distance between the OE is final velocity. Now what is O to C? So it is represented as T. So here it is a T. So the parallel line of OC is what? It is a EB. Okay. So it is a EB, but we are not going to consider this. We are not going to consider this. We are going to consider only A to D. Okay, because we don't want. Okay, don't get confused. Once again I am repeating here. The distance between the O to C is represented as T. And what is the parallel line of the T? First line, it is a AD. Okay, so again it is represented as T. So OA is equals to CD is equals to U, that is the initial velocity. OE is equals to CB is equals to V, that is a final velocity, as well as OC is equals to AD is equals to time. Okay. Now another identity, that is BD is equals to, okay, now change in velocity. So we are going to find out the acceleration now. So what is the change in velocity? If you are going to subtract the, because it is a rate per change of time, so that's why we have to subtract the value, is it? So what is the BD here? It is BC minus DC. Okay, BC here, BC minus DC, then only you will get this value. Yes. So what is rate per change in velocity? That is a BD is equals to BC minus DC. Is it? BC minus DC. Okay. Now we have to check what is parallel to the parallel lines. Here AD is parallel to the OC. Is it? AD is parallel to the OC. Therefore BC, this is the BC line, this is the BC line. What is the BC line here? It is a BD plus DC. Is it? BD plus DC. Yes, BD plus DC. So what is the total value? It is BD plus OA, because this parallel to this. Is it? Because DC is parallel to OA, so that's why BC is equals to, the total length of the BC is equals to DC plus OA. Okay. Now what is BC here? What is BC here? So BC is equals to V. Why BC is equals to V? Because it is a rate per change per velocity. So BC is equals to V. Okay. Now what is OA? What is OA? It is a U. Okay. So here by substituting the value we are getting the V is equals to BD plus U. Okay. So BD plus U, because OA we are going to consider this. Okay. So V is equals to BD plus U. Okay. Now so what is BD here? What is BD here? That is a V minus U, that is equation number 1. Yes. Now in velocity time graph, slopes given the acceleration. Always in last class also I have given the introduction about the slope, how we are going to form here. Okay. So here, so in velocity time graph the acceleration is given by this slope. Okay, this is the slope. So slope is given by BD is equals to BD divided by AD. Is it this only? Okay. Now tell me dear students, what is AD is equals to? Is equals to OC. Yes. So BD is represented by BD divided by OC. Okay. So what is OC here? OC is the T. So we get A is equals to BD divided by T, because OC is equals to T. So now what is BD? BD is equals to AT, that is equation number 2. Okay. Now let's check the third thing. Okay. Now by 2 in 1, it is a 2 equation number 2 and it is a 1. Okay. So you have to consider BD. So what is BD is equals to V minus U. Okay. So what is BD here? BD is equals to AT. So V minus U. So just resubstitute the equation. So we get V is equals to U plus AT. So it is a relation between the velocity in the form of the acceleration and the time. So dear students, this is easy concept. If you know this graph, you know the identities of the U and V. So easily you can solve this derivation. So dear students, go through the concept, and this is little bit confusing also, but if you will do 2 to 3 times, easily you will get the answer, because in this we must to know only for equation 1 and equation 2, and finally 2 in 1 you will get the answer. You have to prove that V is equals to U plus AT. This is the relation between the velocity, acceleration and the time. Okay dear students. Now we will going to talk about the position time relation. Okay, position time relation. For this sake also we have similar graph, but here the identities are changed. Okay, position time graph, we have to use some certain things. Okay, let us assume that S is distance travelled by the object. Okay, S is distance travelled by the object, means one person or the object is travelling from one position to the another position. So here S, okay, S is the object. So at what interval of time? So it is in the time t, means the person is changing one position to another position at some interval of time. Okay, then what is the position there? It is his object, he or she, the object is moving in the form of uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration means straight line. Similar graph dear students, no change, but we are assuming something. Okay, so there we are not assuming anything, we are just checking the graph, and we have find out the velocity time graph, velocity time equation. In this we are going to represent S is equals to half U plus half AT square. Okay, so for this purpose we are going to assume something. So we are assuming one person, that is S, he is travelling from one place to the another place. Okay, so in the time t, okay, in the time t with uniform acceleration. With uniform acceleration, one object is moving from one place to another place. So the distance traveled by the object is given by the area. Okay, how much area he has completed, the object, how much area the covered by the object we have to find out here. So we are going to considering OABC. So where is the OABC? OABC. Okay, OABC. Now here two things you can observe. What is that two things? Let's see. You can see this, the triangle. Yes, because we are considering OABC. So where is the OABC? OABC. Yes, in OABC itself, here two types of areas is there. What are those two types? That is, first one is the triangle, and what is another? It is the rectangle. Is it? Yes, dear students, we can check here two types of the areas. The first area is the triangle and another area is the rectangle. Okay, so here what you have to do? Simple thing. What is the area of rectangle and what is the area of triangle? Okay, so the area of rectangle OADC, how it is represented by? It is represented by what is the area of the rectangle? It is a length into breadth. Is it? The area of rectangle is represented by length into breadth. So what about the triangle? Triangle is defined as half into base into height. Is it? So this is the concept which we are using here. If you know the basic things about the area of the rectangle, that is length into breadth, and triangle is half into b into h, that is a base into height. If you know this thing, then easily we can derive this equation. Let us check. Okay. Now you can see here, dear students, you can see here what is the length into breadth. So if we are considering the rectangle, OA and the base, it is the length, and what is the breadth here? That is the OC. Okay, so OA into OC is equal to, sorry, it should not be is equal to, it should be plus. Okay, so next is area of the rectangle. Area of rectangle half into base into height. Okay, in this you can observe what is the base here, that is the AD, and what is the height? It is a BD. Yes, simple concept. Only we know about the area of the rectangle and area of the triangle, so we will get the equation here. Okay, now what you can going to here? Substitute the OA is equals to U, that is the already we derived in this. Okay, in this equation we have derived that OA is equals to U. Use this identity, dear students, use these identities, so you will not get confusion. Okay, so OA is equals to U, OC is equals to AD is equals to T, and as well as BD is equals to AT. So this is related to the last equation. Just turn your page and check. Okay, substitute the values. There is a no confusion. Substitute the values. So what is the OA? It is the S. Okay, OA is equals to S is equals to UT. Why we are using this UT? Because that we are finding the time, and plus half T into AT. Okay, so here the distance, the object is traveling from one place to other place, that is represented as S. Is it? Next is the U, that is OA, and another thing, it is a time, plus half, that is a area of the rectangle, so that is why it is a half. Then what is the AD here? That is the T, and BD here is a AT. So S is equals to UT plus half AT square. So dear students, only 3 steps. We must to know area of the rectangle, area of the triangle, as well as what is the concept we have covered in a previous equation. This is the answer. So only 3 steps, students. Learn this and don't get confused and practice it. Okay, it is easy. Now next thing is equation for position velocity relation. Okay, here this is also very simple, dear students. These 3 equations are very important. Okay, so here we have to again assume something, that is s is distance traveled by the object, t is the time, a is the moving uniform acceleration, and we have to know area enclosed by the trapezium OABC. It is a OABC. This is the trapezium part. Okay, here we are going to check another identities. Okay, what are those identities? We have to area, what is the trapezium of area, we have to know. So dear students, in this concept you must to know about the trapezium. Okay, what is area of trapezium? Trapezium is always so dear students, I am going to show you. Okay, so first you must to know what is the trapezium. This is the trapezium. Okay, so how you are going to find out the area of the trapezium? If you know this side of A, if you know this side of B, and this is the height. Okay, this is the height, then area is represented as half into A plus B into H. Okay, this is the area of the trapezium. Okay, dear student, this is the basic concept about to solve the equation. If you know the area of trapezium, then you are able to solve that next equation. Okay, so this is the area of the trapezium, which is represented as half into A plus B into H. Okay, now let's look at the trapezium. You can observe here A and B and the H. Once again I am going to show here. It is your height. Is it? It is your height. Now just check the identities what we have. Okay, so it is represented as OA one side and BC, this is the another side. Yes, and into OC. OC is the height. This is the ulta. Okay, here it is A, here it is a B, and this is your height. Okay, I hope you got this trapezium. Okay, so that's why it is represented as OA plus BC into OC divided by 2. Okay, that it was a 1 by 2, so we have taken here 2. Now check the identities. What is the OA is equals to U, BC is equals to V, OC is equals to T. So that's why we are going to solve here. S is equals to U plus V into T by 2. Okay, T by 2. Now we are going to take the slope. Okay, so what is the T is equal T here? The slope V minus U by A, that is from the graph. So substitute the value of T in equation 1. This equation you have to put in this. Okay, then later on the answer should be get as V is equals to U square minus 2AS. Okay, dear students, these are the 3 equations we must to know while solving the problems. Go through all the concept. First you have to know the basic concept about the areas, triangle, rectangle and the trapezium. Okay, then you are able to solve this equation, and you must to know this graph. Without this graph you are not solving the problems, you are not able solving the problems. So dear students, a simple concept I am going to discuss with you. This is the last concept in this chapter. Okay, so this is the uniform circular motion. So you can see here the moon is always revolving around the earth in the form of the circular motion. Okay, so the moon is always revolving around the earth in the in circular motion. So what is uniform circular motion? If the object moves in a circular path with a uniform speed, speed is uniform, so it is called as the uniform circular motion. Okay, so velocity is changing as direction keeps is changing. So when is velocity is changing? When the direction is changing and the acceleration remains constant. Okay, so that's why the uniform circular motion is represented as v is equals to 2 pi r by t. So dear students, why it is a 2 pi r? Because it is in the form of the circle. So what is the area of the circle? That is 2 pi r, or circumference of the circle, it is a 2 pi r. So it is in the form of the velocity and time. So that's why it is called v is equals to 2 pi r divided by t. So dear students, in today's class we have done totally 4 equations. These 4 equations are very important. In next class we will going to discuss with the problems related to that motion. Okay dear students, so be ready and please take down all the points whatever I am discussing here. Check the this equation as well as practice it, because without practice you are not able to solve. Okay, so dear students, I hope you have enjoyed the class. So practice it, make it perfect. Okay, if you are finding any difficulty, just contact to me. I will try to solve your problems. Thank you.